the Oklahoma State Fairgrounds Arena as we continue qualifying on one of the very few oval-shaped monster truck courses employed by the U.S. Hobbit Association Camel Tour this year. Coming out next is another driver who received win several events on Super Trax this season, who will be trying to get the pole away from the Ford fans and Rob Morris's four-wheel Crazy Ranger. This is Gary Porter, the Carolina Crusher supercharged Chevrolet that is always one of the toughest opponents at any U.S. Hobbit Association event. Gary Porter has not been involved with many of these circular courses, therefore he'll be relatively new at it. But we've seen Porter in so many unusual situations that one would have to figure he'll be able to handle this thing easily. We saw Rob Morris just a few minutes ago with an exceptional driving display, and he proved that you could make up as much time in the corners as some drivers can in the straights with brute power. The objective, of course, to keep the trucks extremely flat on the ground in these flat turns. Keep in mind that the drivers also must employ the independent front and rear steering simultaneously on these machines while applying power. That's a difficult maneuver in any monster machine. Porter, a very conservative launch, keeps it low to the ground. Now let's see how he handles the turn. And Porter oversteers it just a tad, but gets right back on the throttle, keeping it low to the ground so he can apply power over the crush cars. Now into the next hard left. And Porter figures it out that time very nicely. Actually getting a little more aggressive on the final flyby. The elapsed time, 21.05 seconds. It'll put him in the top four right now, but coming out, the consummate monster truck driver, the original pro wheelman for Bob Chandler's Bigfoot operation. Listen to the crowd salute. The ultimate professional in this business, Jim Kramer. The Bigfoot Ford, obviously one of the highest technology-equipped monster trucks, but the big difference on this course is not going to be brute power. It's going to be the man behind the steering wheel. And Kramer will no doubt give these guys driving lessons. The mark to beat, 20.01 seconds. Kramer would like not only to take the #1 spot, but also be the first man under 20 seconds flat in this competition. Moving up the stage to the cheers of the Bigfoot fans. Kramer sporting that brand new sunscreen on the roof of the Bigfoot Ford, something rather unusual, but that he has already pointed out has helped him in outdoor events. He leaves the starting line incredibly aggressively. Now watch Kramer in the turn. A little bit oversteering, but now very aggressive on the back straight. He lands it and takes it into the last turn immaculately. Look at this guy go! Kramer lands it hard within a lap time of 19.18 seconds. Unbelievable. Coming out of the last turn a little bit wide. Extremely aggressive on the car hit. Kramer wants to win, as always, by a landslide. The next competitor out will be driving a very familiar truck to most of our Super Trax viewers, but has a brand new pilot behind the wheel. Originally campaigned by Steve Wyzorek out of the state of Nebraska. The new driver behind the wheel of this gorgeous GM product is Wayne Suzan. He debuted at the U.S. Hobbit Association Championship event, the Super Bowl of Motorsports in Tampa, Florida, and qualified for the program. Therefore, you have to expect the nightlife campaigner, despite his rookie status, to do pretty well here against the biggest and best names in Camel monster truck racing. Suzan, the epitome of confidence as he stages up and takes the green. Beautiful straight arrow launch, a little bouncy into the first turn. Suzan just hangs on as the machine looked like it was going to head almost into the retaining wall. He now picks up the pace and straightens it out. The truck with the bouncing problem completes the run of 27 seconds flat. The nightlife machine, though, pretty much guaranteed a spot in this field. From St. Louis, Missouri, for the Ford fans, it's Ray Perkowski's gorgeous Invader Ford. The brand new lightweight 1991 model F350 debuted at the very first event of this season and has been a competitor in every event with obviously plenty of potential. The colorful new Ford stage is up. It takes a run of almost 19 seconds flat to get the pole away from Jim Kramer and the Bigfoot Ford. Perkowski staging ever so carefully in the new $100,000 rig. The Superior Towing Service Special, ready to take the grain, leaves the line nicely. Keeping it low to the ground. Now the supercharged Ford, plenty of power into the turn, maybe too much. Perkowski manages to keep it relatively straight, but has problems lining the truck up with stagger steer to hit the crush cars completely. However, he keeps at least 2 wheels on the crush machines. That's all that's required. And crosses the finish line actually in pretty good shape. 22.44 seconds for Perkowski's Invader will slide him into the program. So at the end of qualifying, as you can see, a nearly 1 second cushion between the Bigfoot Ford and Texan Rob Morris. But coming up, along with monster truck action, the super modified mud racers will return. Stay with us.